Hello, big dreamers. Katie Rhines, your registered dietitian, is so stoked to be here. Hello, happy summer. I'm really excited. Today's question, do I use sunscreen? What sunscreen do I recommend? What chemicals should you avoid? Yes, this is a really incredible question, especially in the heat of summer. I actually just got back from surfing for the first time in a really long time. And yeah, no makeup, kind of crazy salty hair going on at the moment. I actually did not put sunblock on this morning. I really won't put on any sunblock unless I know I'm going to be out in the sun all day. Like if I'm really having a beach day, really going for long bike rides. I was only out surfing for like an hour and a half or 2 hours or so early in the morning, so it wasn't like direct sunlight craziness. If you do have pale skin, if you're of Irish descent and you know that like even spending an hour in the sun like that will cause you to burn, I certainly do recommend Sunscreen. The app that I use to purchase my hair products, skin products, sunscreen products, it's called Think Dirty. Download the Think Dirty app on your smartphone right now. It's a really incredible app. So they rate things on a scale of 0 to, I think it's 0 to 10. And 0, if it's rated 0, that means it's really good. That means it has less harmful chemicals in it. And I use this Alba facial sunscreen all over my body. And yeah, it has no oxybenzone, so it says it right here, like some of the chemicals that it doesn't have. And oxybenzone has been shown to be an endocrine disruptor, which means that, like, I think it's been shown to lead to lower sperm count in men and endometriosis in women. Like, it causes some hormone craziness in people. It's hypoallergenic, blah, no synthetic fragrances. Another thing that I look out for personally is aluminum. So even some of the more expensive, like supposedly like not tested on animals good products will have aluminum in them. And yeah, no, this has no I can't pronounce it, phytolates. Those are, parabens. Those are also endocrine disruptors and will mess with your hormones. But I avoid aluminum because aluminum, it's the same thing that's in deodorant that acts as an antiperspirant, and they put it in sunblock because it makes it water resistant. So if you notice that, wow, this sunblock goes on so nicely and so dry, that's kind of a scary thing. Like what makes it so dry is this aluminum, and it like basically clogs up our pores and makes it so that we can't leach anything out of our skin, which creates like a really toxic environment, and has been linked with cancer. So we really don't want to have anything with these oxybenzones in them, any aluminum, but definitely use the Think Dirty app. And you can really easily just scan the barcode, and it makes things a whole lot easier. And definitely I prefer also, if you're really like nervous about it, Natural Grocers is a grocery store that they really are picky about what products they sell. Also Erewhon around the Los Angeles area is another. Even Whole Foods has better options than your regular like CVS is going to have when it comes to toxic chemicals in your products. But there's a lot of things that you can do internally to not get sunburned and to decrease your cancer risk. So making sure we're not eating really carcinogenic foods, like not eating blackened, processed, especially processed meats. We're not eating any blackened, fried foods. Making sure we're not eating a lot of processed oils, not eating white sugars, and a lot of these like packaged processed foods that have a lot of chemicals in them is going to increase our like possibility of having mutated DNA and increase the oxidative stress going on in our body, which will lead to some inflammation, make it more likely that we're not going to be able to protect ourselves inside from sunburn, and we may be more likely to get melanoma or skin cancer if we're eating all of these things. Of course, I'm going to say please don't smoke cigarettes, please don't drink too much alcohol, and definitely drink enough water if you're going to be like out and about, just little side note, things that we can eat to really protect our skin from the sun. Things that are red in color, like watermelon, strawberries, tomatoes, even cooked tomatoes, the lycopene, which is that red pigment, it's better absorbed in the tomatoes when the tomatoes are cooked. I recommend moist heat cooking methods for sure versus like super high heat, like dry heat methods aren't as good. So it's better to cook your tomatoes like in a soup or boil or steam versus like frying or baking anything. Just for the hotter and drier something becomes, the more nutrients you're losing. Okay. But raw tomatoes are great too, and it makes sense that watermelon is something that is like so refreshing and perfect in the summertime. It has great electrolytes in there that can really help you to replenish lots of needs. So yeah, definitely eat watermelon. Perfect summer thing. Don't hold back. What else can I recommend? Definitely just in general, a whole foods plant-based diet. So what does that mean? So a whole food, that means an apple versus apple juice. So I'm not recommending apple juice. I'm recommending an apple. So on a whole foods plant-based diet, we're eating, for the most part, in general, we're being mentally healthy as well. I think mental health and happiness is certainly important, and if we're wanting to indulge with our friends once in a while to like not feel super guilty about it and not overthink things, like that's fine. But in general, eating a whole foods plant-based diet, wow, this surfing. That's the most medicinal way to prevent cancer. Like, that food is medicine. So eat a combination of raw and lightly moist heat cooked foods, whole grains, beans, legumes, a little bit of nuts and seeds, fruits, veg. Really great nutrition profile. Take a B12 supplement. And also, with vitamin D. So yeah, I wouldn't overdo it with the sunblock because a lot of people are deficient in vitamin D. Vitamin D3 is actually a hormone that's produced when we're exposed to the sun. And it takes at least 20 minutes, even for someone fair-skinned like me. If I'm butt naked in direct sunlight, it takes at least 20 minutes to do that. So I will recommend a vitamin D3 supplement in general, just to cover our bases, just for our own peace of mind. For the general public, about 2,000 IUs a day. And vitamin D is really important and essential for so many body processes like muscle contraction and of course like bone health and our own like DNA repair and just like making sure we're like it just is involved in a lot of different processes and even like cancer prevention. So getting in your D3 from sunlight is important. I think that being exposed to the sun is like one of the most healing things ever. So yeah, don't be afraid to get in the sun, especially if we're getting enough antioxidants and fiber from plant foods. You shouldn't be getting super sunburned. And last thing I want to say is like if I am feeling like, oh, I got way too sun-kissed today, like honestly maybe right now, I will literally take a handful of coconut oil and put it all over my face. Like I just like rub coconut oil all over myself, and then the next day like I'm honestly fine. Like it's like we really need to make sure that we're hydrating our skin, and it doesn't make me break out. It's crazy. It's just like I think that's this acne situation that people have, it's really from the dairy products, cheese, super high fat diet in general. My skin is fed from the inside out, and like covering myself in coconut oil when I need to doesn't affect my acne. It's really more of like a hormonal situation for me if I'm eating like too much sugar or fat, if I'm eating too much ice cream, you get it. Or even too much soy foods. I've noticed that if I eat too much tofu, I'll break out. So that might be why as well. Wow, well, I covered way more than I thought I was going to in this video. Again, like look for maybe facial ones or even baby sunscreens are a little bit more gentle with the chemicals. Think Dirty is the application. You've gotta download right now. I hope this video helps you. Go have fun in the sunshine, stress-free, and not get sunburned. And yeah, probably the best way is to just like wear a hat and wear like longer sleeves too. Like don't just be butt naked with no sunblock on all day long. You're gonna fry. And if you're traveling, that's especially important. I just got back from Israel and I was definitely like, the sun was way hotter in the desert there. So definitely wore sunscreen there. And this is the one that I used. Okay. Bye. Have a lovely life. I can't wait to hear your questions below. Hit me up at vitamin.katie. Give this a thumbs up. Bye.